Hey everybody, my name is Tony. On today's episode, we're going to talk about us feeling like we are failing as fathers. There was a season where I felt like I was failing my kids, and it still happens very often because it's a broken family, we're separated from the mom, and I feel like sometimes I'm just not providing enough. And people tell me I am though. I think I'll overthink it, or maybe I feel like I could be doing better. I was working all the time. I was tired. I then get angry at them when I get tired because I'm working, right? I'm doing everything. I'm cooking them dinner. I'm working full-time job. I'm commuting. I am putting them to bed. I am getting them ready for school. I enroll them in school and drop them off and et cetera, and paying for all these bills. So it's definitely a lot to it. But then every now and then, I saw their faces light up when I was present and drop when I wasn't. And it breaks my heart when I see that they get mad at me or they feel very sad when I tell them I'm busy and I don't have time to play. That guilt is struck with me. And it made me question if I was doing enough at times. Because I have all these other responsibilities like making money, but then the kids want a present father as well. But what I learned is that guilt doesn't always mean you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it just means you deeply care. Look, we all have responsibility as dad to make money to care for our kids. And we do have to teach our kids that, look, dad got to work to make money to put food on the table. Sometimes I just cannot play with you all the time. And that does require skills to teach them something like that. Who am I and why does this matter? So I'm Tony. I've been a single dad for over 3 years now with two young kids. I've had moments where I felt invisible, overwhelmed, and unsure if I was doing anything right. I think about me is like I grew up without a father, so I don't even know if I am doing it right. But the kids are happy. People are telling me I'm doing it right, and that is one good indication that I'm on the right path. I used to hold it all in and just keep grinding, but that only make the pressure worse. And when you're doing everything alone, you hold up all your thoughts, you hold up all your feelings, and you have no one to talk to. It builds up pressure inside, and it can make you go crazy if you just don't vent. And what changed was when I started seeing fatherhood as a journey, not as a test I was failing. And that's when I just trying to stop being a perfect dad, which we'll talk on later on. And that's what I want to share with you in this video on how it feels like to be a failing father, but you're just overthinking it. I started to track what I actually do. I thought I was doing enough, but I had no proof, just my emotions getting the best of me. So I started tracking my wins, even the small wins. The small wins is what helps you stay sane. And this is why it's important to do daily gratitude every single day to constantly remind yourself of all the things you are accomplished. You're working, that's a small win. You're making money, that's a small win. You're buying the kids stuff they need for school or for supplies, that's a small win. You exercise, you learn something new today, that's a small win. If you track that every single day and you be grateful for stuff like that, you're gonna feel good. This includes packing lunches, helping with homework, reading bedtime stories. All that are small wins you don't want to forget. The list surprised me too. When I created it, I was showing up more than I thought. Like sometimes when you're overwhelmed, you just forget things you've done in the past, the things you accomplished, which is why you got to write it down in a journal or some type of paper. So you're just reminding yourself, oh man, I did all that stuff. How did I forget this? Example, I look back over 1 week and I saw I've done over 20 little things that matter, things I was too tired to even remember. I track myself using Google Calendar, and when I complete a task, I mark it as green. When I see a calendar just full of green blocks on my Google Calendar, it makes me very happy that I did all that. And so tracking something like that on a piece of paper or Google Calendar would help tremendously. I let go of being the perfect dad pressure. I used to think that a good dad never yells, never forgets, and never mess up. And I kept comparing myself to other fathers that I saw online and they look like the perfect dad. And of course, that messed me up because comparison is the thief of joy. Don't do it. But that's fake, right? That's not real life. Nothing's perfect. It's always going to be hard. And I will always keep that in my head now that, okay, fatherhood is just hard. It will always stay hard. It will never get easier. And that's the way I'm going to approach it. What matters is how we show up after we mess up. You're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. It's how we quickly come from that and how we grow from that. And most importantly, how we show the kids become from that. So for example, I lost my job a few weeks ago and I did not show them that I was devastated. I did not show them that I was scared or afraid. I told them we're gonna get back from this. We're gonna come back from this. This happened during the COVID time. We will come back even stronger now because I am much more confident. I have more skills. I have more connection, and they were confident in me. I started apologizing to my kids when I lost my cool. My kids, they are 8 and 5 now, and they know how to communicate now and talk now. So they understand when I do something bad. And I feel bad when I yell at them. I feel very guilty when I tell them to do something or they're being fussy in public. But then I gotta make sure that I discipline them. I do feel very guilty, and I lose my cool. And I do apologize. I apologize when I get angry at them. And what's great is they give me a hug right afterwards. I mean, that's perfect. And those apologies became moments of real connection. I rebuilt my days around presence. I started designing my day around being more present, not being more productive. Every chance I get now, the kids are just usually always with me when I'm working. They just like to be around me. We don't have to interact because I'm working or doing something or creating content or working on my business, but they just like to be around me. And that's okay, as long as they're not bothering me, right? That meant less scrolling, fewer distractions, and more eye contact. I know that after a long day's work, we just want to relax and scroll the phone, but that's a big mistake because the kids want to play with their dad. And so you want to time block it and just play with them for like 10, 20, 30 minutes and be like, hey, kids, I'm going to play with you for 30 minutes. But after that, just give me a quick break. Okay. And they understand it. As long as you let them know that you're going to play with them for a bit amount of time, you're going to take a break afterwards because y'all agreed to it earlier. And this is where you want to be present. When you're actually playing with the kids, leave the phone in the other room. Don't watch TV or something like that. Just really spend time with the kids. Even 10 focused minutes with your kid is better than an hour half of listening. So really play with your kids. I now block 30 minutes after dinner for nothing but chilling with my kids. Phone down, full attention. That one change made them more calm and more open with me. I started saying this counts. Fold laundry while listening to them talk, that counts as being present with them. Holding them while they cry, that counts. Showing up to school events when you're exhausted, that counts. I pretty much go to every single school event, no matter if I have a headache, no matter how tired I am. Even if I had to work, I tell my job, hey, I got this school event I need to go to. I always try to be as present as possible. Most of what makes you a good dad just doesn't get public attention or it doesn't look big on paper, but it feels big to them, and that's what matters the most. I stopped comparing myself to other dads. Comparison is the thief of joy. I used to look at dads that had two incomes, full support, intact family, and they had an easy weekend barbecuing, and I just think I was behind because I didn't have that, right? I don't have that no more. I don't have that right now, and it just made me feel really bad and envious. And that's not good. I stopped comparing my reality to someone else's highlight reel. Remember, social media is just people portraying their best life. And on top of that, it's just not good to compare yourself to anybody except yourself from the day before anyway. When you stop comparing yourself to other people and just focus on building up yourself, life will improve drastically. I'm playing a different game. My life is different from other people. And I realize I'm winning at mine in ways I never give myself credit for. Remember, you have to remember your small wins, things that you have accomplished in the past, things that you have done years ago. Remember those moments because it will help you stay inspired and just keep moving forward. You're not failing, you're fighting for them. If you're watching this, if you care this much, you're not failing. You're watching this video because you are going through the same thing like as if you're failing them, but I'm here to tell you that you're not. If you're making the right decisions, if you're making smart decisions, you are crushing it. You're present, you're invested, you're learning. That's what makes you a great father. Don't let doubt take away what you already done. Remind yourself that you are a great father and just see the actions that you have accomplished. You're not failing your kids. You're fighting for them, and they will remember that. Your kids will appreciate that forever. What to do next? If this helped you as a single dad, I would really appreciate it if you like the video so I know this hits home. Subscribe for more videos if you want to help rebuild your life as a single dad. And leave a comment below on what things have changed this week or questions that you're stuck on. I would love to help you out. And check out the next video. It will help you stop living in survival mode and feel more control every day. Once again, my name is Tony, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.